Let us discuss about mobile first design. As we know, our website will not only be showing on a desktop, so it can also be used on a mobile or a tablet. So the challenge is how will we make our website responsive to these different sizes of screen resolution. Bootstrap has provided solution for this problem using responsive breakpoint. As you can see here on my presentation, different sizes of screens are already defined using pixels. So anything less than 576 is treated as a portrait mobile. Okay, and then any devices greater than or equal to 576 would mean that you are viewing it on a mobile in a landscape orientation. Likewise, a medium breakpoint would mean that you are viewing it on a tablet and a portrait orientation, and a large breakpoint would mean you're viewing it on a tablet in a landscape orientation. So anything larger than that is treated as extra large, or anything greater than or equal to 1200 pixels. This is already the desktops. Okay, so just remember this code: X is for extra small, SM for S small, medium, MD, LG for large, and XL for extra large. Okay, because we will be using this a lot. The idea of this mobile first design is to make our website fluid, whereas we make our screen smaller, the content will just be pushed down. As we know, the way we browse our website through mobile is we just scroll up and down. We don't usually scroll left and right, right? So that's the idea there, to make our design responsive and fluid. Let us now jump to our code to show you how it works. The first element that we want to add to our pages is a container. So we have several container classes. So container limits the width of our pages. Okay, so if we set container, then we are defining the padding on the left and the right of our screen. So let me just show you how it works. Let's add a div with a class of container. And then I use this style just to give space on our div and some color. Let's just put some contents on it. Okay, so when I go back to my index page, fresh, okay, so you see here, this is my container, and you see there's a padding bit from left and right. Okay, so as I resize the screen, you see it adjusts depending on the breakpoint. I see here it adjusts. So this is now on a small, I believe. Okay, then go smaller than that, we have 100%. Okay, so that's the container. Let's go back here. So we have container-SM, container-MD, and container LG, XL, and fluid. Let's just try LG here. If I change this to container-LG and go back to my index page. Okay, so since the resolution here is for extra large, if I just resize it to something equal to or greater than the large, okay, so this is the large, as we said before, the large is for landscape orientation of a tablet. So on a tablet, on a landscape version orientation, we can see our container as 100%. Right? So you can use other containers. And of course, the fluid is for totally 100%, whether it's the extra large to extra small. Fluid. Okay. Here again. 5. Okay, so there. So it's always 100% on any breakpoints. Let us now take a look at the Bootstrap grid system. Bootstrap uses the magic number 12 because 12 can be divided in many ways. It can be divided by 2, by 3, by 4, by 6, and by 12. So our pages can be laid out with maximum of 12 columns. So here is an example. So this row was divided into 3 using call for, and call for. So let's just try it on our code. Okay, so before you can use column classes, you need to wrap them in a row. So of course, so Bootstrap or your CSS suite knows how to divide it by row. So let's have it. It's like a table. So it starts with a row. Okay, row. And then our columns inside. P plus col dash 4. And let's just add the color in here and some text. Okay, so let's copy and paste this. Okay, so let's go back here. 5. Okay, so you see here we're using a fluid container, that's why it's 100%, but our 100% width was divided into 4 equal parts using call for. Okay, so as I resize my screen, it stays to 3 equal parts up to the extra small breakpoint. Okay, so that's when the breakpoint codes come handy, because you can now define how you want your screen laid out when it's viewed on a smaller screen. So let's say if I'm viewing it on a smaller screen, I want it to be stacked up. Let's use small. So small is landscape orientation of a phone. Okay, so let's just add here so we know what's going on. Okay, so let's go back here and refresh. Oh, so for the extra large screen, we can see our columns are still divided into 3 equal parts. But as I go to a small screen, this is extra small, and then here. So from small to extra large, our screen is divided into 3. But when we go down to extra small, then our column is stacked up. Okay, so that's the fluid design. You see, we never have a horizontal scroll bar. So let's just do now some combination. Okay, let's just copy this one, and let's say I want one part to be 4 and then the other is 8, and then let's remove this and then 8. So what happens is we divide it into 1 is 1/3 and then the other part is 2/3 of this screen. Okay, let's refresh this. Now you see here, call for here, and then this one is wraps to everything from 8 columns. Okay, so same thing, as we resize it, it just goes down, so fluidly. Okay, so what happens if I have excess? For example, you mistakenly added another column which exceeds the magic number 12, so it just goes down. Okay, so that doesn't hurt at all. But of course, you're expecting that everything will be in a row. Okay, so, and then you can also skip the number and the last column, and it will take everything. So for example, just remove this one. Okay, so without, let's say I put here 6, okay, and without calculating, I just want to put call SM. So that will take 2, since 4 plus 6 still misses 2 to become 12. So that will take up all the spaces. Good. So again, when we go to smaller screen, still piling up like that, stacking up. We can also do combination of breakpoints. Now, for example, for a smaller screen or for a mobile view, you want 1 column, and then for a tablet, you want it 2 columns, while on a larger screen like desktop, you want it 3. So let's do that. I'll just copy these 3 equal parts here. Okay. Then we say 3 columns for the extra large. Okay, and then we will use call dash medium for a tablet size for 6. So the problem here is these 2 columns already occupies 12 column. So what happens to the last one? It will just be pushed down, but we can take all the rows, all the columns. So we can say call dash md dash 12 to occupy all the row when it's on a tablet view. And then we don't need to do for mobile view, but because it's automatically be showing in 1 column. Okay, so let's save and refresh our index page here. Okay, so looking at this 4th row, we have 3 columns for a large. Okay, we have 1 columns since this is a extra small breakpoint. But if I go to there, so if I go to the medium size or medium breakpoint, I have 2 columns, and then the third element is pushed down, occupying the whole row. Okay, great, that's great. With that, you can do a lot with your layout. I will leave it to you to explore other things in the grid system. So just go to the Bootstrap documentation and you'll have everything you need, and it's easy to follow. Just go here and then you'll see everything here.